So this video is inspired by some comments that Keith Thurman made about Danny Garcia and his next opponent choice in the Fight Hype interview that he made. I made a video about that. Please check it out. It's my video I made before this. But anyway, basically, I really should have made a video about this a while back because I know Danny Garcia was talking about finding the winner of Berto Ortiz during the telecast. I think he was sitting there ringside. Yeah, he was sitting there ringside, and he was making some comments. And he mentioned that he'd definitely be interested in the victor of that. And Berto won, of course. And so I wanted to give some thoughts on basically what I think, what I think could happen. I think, like Keith Thurman said, that this could be one of the biggest tests Danny Garcia has faced. However, I am not counting him out. I definitely won't count him out because I think that Danny Garcia, I think everybody pretty much seems to underestimate Danny Garcia in every bout that he goes in. There hasn't been a bout, except for, again, I guess, like Rod Salko and Paulie Malignaggi, there hasn't been a bout that he's winning and everybody expected him to win, in recent years. I remember everybody thought he was going to lose to Lucas Matisse. Everybody thought he was going to lose to what's his face? Amir Khan. There's a lot of people that thought that he was going to lose to Robert Guerrero, and look what happened. He beat them all. Even Lamar Pearson. Lamar Pearson should have beat him, but he was robbed and yada yada yada. However, regardless, he got the victory on paper. But I'm not underestimating Danny Garcia ever, and I think he deserves all the acclaim that he had. I mean, he's winning there as an underdog, and he's come out as a victor, and that should be commended. However, we also should acknowledge Andre Berto. Okay, even though he lost to Mayweather, I feel like he's made some improvements with Virgil Hunter. There's something about his game that makes him seem a little bit, how should I put it? He looks like Andre Berto, in his last couple of fights, his last few fights, he looks like he almost looks like a confident fighter again. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't really look like, to me, a fighter that thinks he can lose. He almost looks like he's undefeated. Almost. I'm talking about just from if I were to have watched Andre Berto for the first time, didn't know anything about him, from the way he fights, his style, I'd say this fighter has never lost before. You can see it in certain fighters. You can see fighters that have the fear. Like when people lose, I feel like, just in my opinion, you can almost see that past loss in the way they carry themselves in the ring. Andre Berto, in his last couple of fights, his last few fights, he just doesn't look like a defeated fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looks very confident. He has a lot of poise. It's like he knows that he has the power to knock someone out. And he seems very poised in his last fights. And I mean, he had two behind the back wins in his last three fights. He lost to Mayweather, but of course everybody loses to Mayweather. But he beat Victor Ortiz, and I thought he was losing that, but he kept his composure. He got that knockout, and then he beat that. I forgot his name. He was the guy that beat Victor Ortiz and moved up to face Saul Canelo Alvarez and lost. I can't believe I forgot his name, but he's beaten some pretty decent opponents from behind the back wins, like he was losing and then came back and knocked them out. So I think Berto has his confidence up, especially after beating Victor Ortiz, and it would definitely be an interesting fight. But I do think that Danny Garcia would beat him, but I think it would be close for the reason I just mentioned, as well as the reasons why Keith Thurman thinks that Andre Berto would give him all that he can handle. I mean, Andre Berto is quick. He's not just fast. He's quick. Like he jerks his body really really fast. I mean, I think his hand speed is pretty good, and he's very athletic. He's a very athletic guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see Andre Berto being. I think Andre Berto's gonna try to bring the fight to Danny Garcia. However, and we all know that Danny Garcia loves that. I mean, he's a counter puncher. That's what Danny Garcia is. He's a great counter puncher. Let's just say put it like that. He's a great counter puncher, and he seems to love guys that come to him. So if and Andre Berto, he lately he's been the guy to come to you. So I think that that's how it's going to be. I think Andre Berto is going to be chasing, and Danny Garcia is going to be moving. And I don't think Danny Garcia is going to knock Andre Berto out, but I definitely see a knockdown coming in there. I think Danny Garcia is going to score a knockdown. I think that Danny Garcia can also handle the punches from Andre Berto. However, I think that's going to be a very entertaining fight nonetheless. So those are my thoughts. I would like to see this fight. Hopefully this fight does come about. This is a good fight for Danny Garcia. And yeah, these are my thoughts on that bout. I'm not an expert. I'm just a casual fan, but you don't have to be an expert to give your opinion on anything. So you guys heard it here. Take care. Please tune into another video from a casual fan. Goodbye.